Of course, I say, I'm not going to make a video, but here I am. I'm back again. Brandon, just put the phone down, man. Just put it down. You know? Today I'm ranting about a bunch of things. If you can understand, you can understand. If you can't, you can't. And that's another thing too, is that what people don't realize is that, like, you don't get awareness. Like, you don't... Awareness is already around you, just like the relationship is already understood around you. Like, for example, like, the relationship between your boss and you. There is a power dynamic. It's your boss and you. You can be ignorant to that and be like, oh, he's just my friend. No, the boss knows you're my employee. Same thing with awareness. Same thing with relationships. Just because you think you have a relationship with your mom or dad, they might not have that same reflection or with your friendship or something with you. So that's what I mean by awareness, is that you're just lacking the awareness. The awareness is already there. So when I say, like, if you don't understand, that's just, eventually you'll grasp onto it. It's like awareness is in the air. There's no way to run from it unless you want to be blind to it. So if we're actually being honest, awareness is a choice. It's not something you can learn. I think awareness is a choice. That's a bar already to start the video. Sheesh. So I just want to talk about, happiness. My friend the other day was like, happiness. Because, I was talking about the other day, like, you can only remember negative memories, right? Happiness is fleeting. And he was like, yeah, in a world full of suffering, happiness is fleeting. Because this whole world is suffering, that the only time you can feel happiness is when you have temporary release from it, which is happiness, right? I'm sitting down for a sec. I'm on this walking shit. It's hot. There's a frog here. Look, why do frogs always got to be so stanced up and ugly? But anyway, so happiness is fleeting. So when you think about it, like, none of this, when you really truly, like, think about something that brings you happiness or joy, you don't even really remember necessarily the thing you were even doing. You could just remember, like, I was here. That's all that matters, right? You were just in a place. You could have been doing something, but it's the feeling that that you got from it, gave you that temporary relief from the fear, the suffering, the pain, whatever you're going through in your life. So, and I also want to talk about another emotion too. I also want to talk about vanity again. I keep telling people, so many people are falling off of, like, everything, and like I said, it's all for vanity. If you do anything for vanity, it's not gonna last. I'm telling you guys, I follow so many vegans, carnivore diet type people, fruitarian type people, and it just falls off. You know why? Because they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it for vanity. Like I said in the last video, they're doing it to say, hey, look what I did. Look what checkpoint I hit. That don't matter. You only doing it for a check mark? How you doing? For something people don't even know that you're gonna do. That's what I'm talking about. So, and then parents. Sorry, I just had to pause. There's people, like, staring at me all heavy and shit. I was like, what the fuck? So, another issue too is you won't know. See, this is what I'm talking about. Awareness is a choice, right? Because let's just keep it a buck. A lot of us don't want to admit that a lot of the stuff we get is from our parents. So what I'm saying is, a lot of people, like, there's a lot of awake people that I talk to, and it's like they don't kind of take it to the next level because they want to think that they're in control of, like, everything in their life and stuff. And I hate to say that, like, you're not, because you're lacking the awareness. So, for example, if your parents have sex out of vanity, they say, we're both very, very good-looking people. Or they say, I want a son because I'm so great. Any type of vanity, or I want a daughter. You're gonna have that in you. You're born out of vanity. So that's all you're gonna know too. You're gonna be narcissistic. You're gonna be, you know what I mean? That's gonna be in you, and it's gonna be a thing that you can choose to be aware of. Like, you can choose to be like, oh, my parents weren't like that, but you know, same thing. So if your parents breed out of insecurity, like, oh, we're never gonna, I don't think I could find another better partner than you. Like, I'm too scared. Like, like that, insecure type of relationship. You're going to be born insecure, right? You're going to be born insecure. You're going to have so many issues. It gets passed on. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of want to mention the, anger. With anger, and I talked about pride and shame. Anger is really just sadness, right? So the same amount of time you feel anger, the same amount of time you feel sad, but vice versa, right? The same amount of time you're going to be sad about something, Really, anger is just sadness at the end of the day, right? Because you're only sad because you're only angry because of a certain situation that you're feeling bad for, right? I'm sorry, I'm just like on different topics today. I just feel like, like I said, man, this super moon, strawberry super moon, full moon, I think it's fucked up all the energy and everything. Reading all about it. I was reading all about it. Energy's crazy out there. And I just feel like, I have a lot of these thoughts and I just want to get out. Some people can relate. They can relate. But, yeah, so the reason why I say you don't want to, and that's another thing, you don't want to identify with any of this. Why I'm bringing it up is because you don't want to identify with the sadness. You don't want to identify with the anger. You don't want to identify with the vanity, narcissist, because then it's saying like you are that. You're giving power to that, right? It's just like, think about this. For example, prime example. Everything I'm saying summed up like this. Awareness, emotions not being aware of. There was a homeless guy who won the lotto around us. He won the lottery around us, bought a house. Went broke. Why do you think he went broke? If you don't have something and you get something, how are you going to know how to use something? So what you're going to do with that is you're going to identify with it. But what happens when you identify with it? You're going to lose it. If I identify with let's say schizophrenic. If I identify with my schizophrenia, I'm going to lose it. It's the same thing. Okay? That topic all summed up with that analogy. Boom. On a roll. Don't you hate?